What's up, guys? Flatline here. Today I'm going to cover very briefly what I have found to be the fastest way to level. You can do this with any character, but I'm specifically going to do this with a necromancer as I have the most time in this game with necro. But it does work for hardcore, it works for softcore, so this is kind of within mind too that you have a character that's already been ran through, but it would work regardless without it. So we're going to make just a defaulted necromancer here, and we'll jump right in. So once you stat your points, whatever class it may be, we're going to open the map. We're going to jump up here to Saragar. And once we're here, we're going to run up and get this waypoint right here. Make our life a little easier. Okay, so now that we have our waypoint unlocked, this is just purely to make our life a little easier if we was to DC or whatever the case is. You want to exit the game, come back. This is going to allow you to run right back here really quickly. And we're going to run over to the Domheim tunnels. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it, something in that source. I just call it the dopamine tunnels. I've heard it called that before and it just stuck. So we're gonna run over here. And again, guys, this isn't the most fun or enjoyable experience, I guess, because you're going to run this dungeon over and over and over. But this is, like I said, this is just the fastest, blatantly the fastest that I have been able to find at this moment. And we'll show you. And this is another reason why we go Blood Surge. So we can just run up and Blood Surge. Dead. And we already have leveled up. Blood Surge. Skip through. Just keep running through and Blood Surging, guys. And this is with 0 gear, obviously. It's a brand new character.
I'm not ready yet.
We're only 2 minutes in. We're already level 5. So we're not going to mess with the prisoners. All we're going to do is just purely run the first segment of this dungeon.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
If you see blue gear, snatch that up on your way. We really won't even mess much with picking up gear or whites at the moment. And it's simple as that, guys. So now that we have ran through this first segment, we can throw on some white pieces of gear that we might have found. We're simply going to leave dungeon. You see we've already made level 7 in one run. I haven't statted any more points. Of course, you get just faster and faster with this. So we're going to leave the dungeon, open up your map, pull this out, hit reset dungeon, and right back in, guys. So I'm going to run this here for just a couple of loops, and I'll just show you how I'll time it, and then I'll cut back in, and I'll show you essentially how fast we can do this. And there you go, guys. That, I'd have to look back at the time, but that was somewhere around 10, 11 minutes, and I'm already 15. And this is by no means, I personally am not by any means a speedrunner. But that's 15 levels in, around 10 minutes. It took me like 5 runs. I believe that was my 5th run through. Extremely simple. And that's all there is to it. You essentially just keep repeating this, rinse and repeat. Most characters at 15, you're going to have a quest chain for class. I'd recommend go run that because that typically will give you a decent little boost in power. Necros, of course, got to wait a little bit longer. But that's it. You just run that loop over and over. Whatever you do, try to build around like a solid AoE. So you can run in clump, AoE, move on, clump, AoE, move on. That's essentially the thing, is to just AoE and keep walking and never stop is the best thing to do. But that's the gist of it. Nice and simple and sweet. Hopefully you guys like the video. If you do, it's YouTube. You know what to do with all the buttons and everything. Until the next video, peace.